Welcome to Concrete Block, the podcast where we dive into the latest news and current events. I'm your host, Walter. Today we're going to tackle two major stories that are making headlines. First up, the U.S. government is considering a new approach to healthcare, with President Trump suggesting that hundreds of billions of dollars currently being sent to insurance companies could be sent directly to individuals to purchase their own healthcare. This idea was floated by the president on social media, but administration officials have clarified that it's not a formal proposal at this time. The idea has sparked debate, with some arguing that it could give people more control over their healthcare choices, while others are concerned about the potential consequences for those who rely on existing healthcare programs. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent stated that the president's recommendation is contingent on ending the government shutdown, which is now in its 41st day. In a related development, President Trump also proposed giving Americans a $2,000 dividend from tariff revenue. While the details of this plan are still unclear, it's been suggested that it could take the form of tax decreases or other economic incentives. The idea of sending tariff rebate checks to Americans has been floated before, but it remains to be seen whether it will gain traction in Congress. It's worth noting that these proposals come as Democrats and Republicans remain at an impasse over the government shutdown, with no clear path to a deal in sight. We'll continue to follow these developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. We'll also be keeping an eye on the ongoing debate over healthcare and economic policy, and exploring the potential implications of these proposals for Americans. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Concrete Block. Welcome back to Concrete Block. We're diving into a complex story that's been making waves in the economic sphere. It appears President Trump has made some claims about the benefits of tariffs, stating that those who oppose them are fools and promising a dividend of at least $2,000 per person, excluding high-income individuals. However, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent seems to be unclear about the specifics of this claim, mentioning that it could come in various forms, such as the cessation of taxes on tips and overtime. On the other hand, critics argue that tariffs are actually causing consumer prices to rise, with grocery prices being approximately 2.7% higher than last year and 1.4% higher than January 2025. The White House has attempted to counter these claims by stating that Thanksgiving dinner is 25% cheaper now compared to last year, but this comparison has been disputed due to differences in the products included in the basket. It's essential to examine both sides of the argument and consider multiple sources when evaluating the impact of tariffs on the economy. Conservative media outlets have also weighed in, with some criticizing Republicans for downplaying the rise in grocery prices. Radio host Eric Erickson noted that acknowledging the reality of higher costs is crucial for helping Americans who are struggling. As we navigate this intricate issue, it's clear that there are varying perspectives on the effects of tariffs and the administration's claims. We'll continue to monitor the situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. Welcome back to Concrete Block. Today we're discussing the latest developments in American politics. The Democratic Party has secured decisive wins across the country, including key governorships in New Jersey and Virginia, as well as the New York City mayor's race. These victories are being seen by many as a referendum on President Trump and the GOP. According to reports from CBS News, Democratic leaders are hailing these wins as a major boost to their party's momentum heading into the 2026 midterms. However, it's essential to consider multiple perspectives on this issue. Republicans argue that these elections were largely decided by local issues rather than a national rejection of their party. New Jersey Gov.-elect Mikey Sherrill recently appeared on Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan, where she discussed her plans to tackle pressing issues in her state, including rising costs and public safety concerns. When asked about criticism within her own party, Sherrill emphasized the need for urgent action to address the needs of constituents. It's also worth noting that the current government shutdown remains a contentious issue, with both parties trading blame over the impasse. As we move forward, it will be crucial to monitor how these developments impact the remainder of the Trump presidency and the broader political landscape. In conclusion, the recent Democratic victories have sent shockwaves through American politics, but it's essential to approach this topic with nuance and consider the complexities at play. That's all for today's Concrete Block. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, stay informed.